Greetings. Hey, it's Susie Q. Oh my goodness. Just got a book yesterday, and it's pretty amazing. It's called Delete on the Spot. All right. So I started looking at some of the phrases in the book, and knowing that um, it's helping people delete on the spot. And so, okay, so this is what's so crazy is that, I love reading. I have so many resources. I've got all kinds of books for resources. I don't go from the front to back. I just go in and I look at, maybe I just pick a page or a couple different pages, and then I just get this vibration. It's just so fantastic. So delete on the spot is what we're going to be focusing on. So last night, we had a great day. I was at MUFON. I got to have a great lecturer that was talking about some of the UFO stuff. Super fun and groovy. It was like pretty amazing. I think on Wednesday there's going to be some things that'll be showing up. So it's all fun and exciting. Then we went out to eat, and then I think apparently I ate a little bit too much of the Indian food. I love Indian food. I didn't really have anything else to eat today or yesterday, so I was like going, I'm just so hungry. And then eventually, when I got back home, as I realized that right below my rib cage on the right side, I was feeling kind of something kind of funky. Might have been part of the liver or gallbladder or something. But then I started, thinking about delete on the spot, and I thought, well, I'm just going to close my eyes. And I'm going to touch the area where it felt kind of funky. And then I just continue to close my eyes, and I eventually it had receded from that area. However, so it's like a pop quiz, right? It's a pop quiz. So eventually I had it on the exact opposite side, on my left side of my rib cage, and it was in the same place. And then I continued. I just knew from that book and that intelligence, delete on the spot. And then I took a moment, I closed my eyes, and eventually everything had receded from the body. Now, a lot of times when I'm, like walking down the street, I take walks in the morning. I'm not doing it now because it's freaking hot, people. Is that I'll just start asking, can you go ahead, and I do it through thought. I don't talk about it out loud, but I just ask for something to be removed, like maybe something with a toe or something with a knee or something. And eventually, the more that I kept walking, it was happening. And then sometimes, after I do the ask when I'm walking in the neighborhood, is, well, it's not done yet. What is happening? And then eventually, when I get back to the door, opening the door to the house, then I realize it's all gone. I don't know exactly when it left, but it was gone. So when we're working with delete on the spot, this is a curious way of looking at things. Some people may not really resonate with what I'm saying because, well, it's just, there's been pain, there's been suffering in the body, there's all these different things that are showing up. And again, and that book just showed up. So after we got back from the Indian food and the UFO lecture, that book was right there. I was like, holy Toledo. And then, yeah, but all of these things right now are conspiring because the more that I work with the body, the more that I talk about the body, about how to clear and have things recede and have things, newer states of energy coming through and bringing more light into the body. All these things are cool. So we could say it's about the body, or you could say delete on the spot about an experience that you're having. Maybe you're going back into some old stories. Sometimes we do that as an example, right? It's like it's an example, so I'm just going to talk about it. The best we can do is delete it on the spot. The moment that you have something where you're, maybe even if you're triggered, you can go delete on the spot. Just boom, just end it. Boom, boom, shakalaka, boom. So delete on the spot is a powerful book, and I haven't really read the whole thing. I read a few pages, and then I was working with some of the methods that you just it just can be that quick, delete on the spot. Some people think, well, I've got some pain, I've got chronic pain, I've got inflammation here, I've got this and that, and the cat down the street, But if you can just go in there and just maybe, like, I don't ideally say exactly where it happens in the body for me when I'm having some things that are showing up. I just say, generally speaking, let's go ahead and get the body cleared out, whatever we need to do, and then delete on the spot, and then have that energy, just let it flow out. So some people can't do that because they're like, well, I put my hands on my hips, people, is that we are able to look at things in a different way now. So maybe we've been kind of in a different state of consciousness, and now we're learning more. So delete on the spot is like we are learning more about how we can start really going into the body, or to your experiences, or to your creative pursuits, or to your relationships, or you could go into your abundance or manifestation, or going into your family, your friends, and all that. And then you could just go, there's more to the story. There's a way freaking more to the story. So when we work with delete on the spot, and let's just say, like, all of a sudden I'm talking about something from, years ago, and I'm like, delete. It's like an immediate delete on the spot, because the more that you go into that and talk about some of the stories of your life, you're just going back in time. And how do you know exactly what it was exactly when it was back in time, and now you're talking about it and you're creating more stuff. And that's what I call the Akashic records. The Akashic records start piling up a bunch of crud, and then you're just like, delete, 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 delete. And maybe there are no Akashic records. Maybe it's the Book of Souls, the Book of Lives. I don't know. Sometimes with, delete on the spot, it could be, something that's not working for you right now. Maybe you're going into a creative pursuit or something like that. And then maybe you'll go delete on the spot because that's not exactly what you want to do truly. So you might have to kind of vet out some of these energies and noticing in the present moment. So we're not going back in time anymore. We're going into the present moment, the EMON energy, the eternal moment of now. And working with the delete on the spot is spectacular for the EMON energy, because we want to be in present time. We don't want to be in, past lives. I do all this hypnosis stuff. It's all past lives and stuff, but it helps people, but for my own self, I'm just like, I'm going to get it done freaking now. I want to get it done freaking now. So delete on the spot is done right now. So these energies, and you have to maybe think about it for a little bit before you kind of go into this energy, because it's like, it's so spectacular, and it's so easy, when you start looking at the problems that you've had in your lifetime, or that are happening now, that you can just go delete on the spot. I'm just going to take this one band of energy that's really messing me up, and I can't do anything with it. I don't know how to approach it. Then you know what you can do? Delete on the spot. Freaking let the story go, or let the energy go. Whatever that stagnant energy is, delete on the spot. Just delete it. And then you can go back into another experience and looking at life in a more fresh and wonderful way. So all of these experiences that we're living in, and that we're being, our beingness, is we have opportunities to take a little bit of time, figure out maybe what's next for us, or with the body. I focus with the body, is that we start noticing that there's this energy is very evident, that we're able to start immediately clearing things from the body. Now, certainly if people are already in a situation with the body, and they're in a different state of consciousness, that's one thing. But if you've got something that just happens, the most instant moment that you have something happen in the body, is that you take a little bit of moment, and then you just start noticing, or just realizing, what area would it be, generally speaking. I don't go into any of the organs or systems or any of that. I'm not a doctor. I'm just me, right? Is that you might just start, generally speaking, defining, kind of the area without naming it. I don't like to name anything. It's just the divine, because we are all divine. Our divine body is the vehicle that we have here. And so you might just define that area, and then you can start closing your eyes. Well, I did last night. I did it twice. And it absolutely worked. And I just closed my eyes, and I'm going to do it right now. So I just closed my eyes, and I just I was just in the presence of something that was shifting for me. And then eventually that one on the right receded, but it bumped over to the opposite side. And so I did it again. So I just closed my eyes, and it didn't take too long, and then that was gone too. So delete on the spot is this really great technique for you, because again, a lot of us want to go back in the old stories, go back to talking about stuff that we've already done before, maybe some good stuff or bad stuff. It doesn't matter. We want to be present moment to these experiences. And delete on the spot could be anything. Delete, maybe I was going to do a podcast, but it's not working. Then just delete it. Just maybe you can put it down in a different place, and then maybe eventually you can get back to that. But right now it's not right for you. So when you're working with delete on the spot, it's just really clear and concise, just suggesting that whatever is happening with you right now, particularly but with the body, or maybe with some of your creative pursuits, some of those things will be working for you, and some may be deleted, but they may come back around as a transit, maybe for another experience. So delete on the spot, I think, is a sweet, sweet spot. Delete on the spot with spot. But it's really a sweet spot, because some of those energies are hard for me to process necessarily, but I lean into these resources, these different books, these different studies, these different ways of looking at life, and knowing that, if we're really struggling with pain in the body, chronic stuff, inflammation, sadness, depression, just all these different thoughts and impressions that are happening, is that right now we have this opportunity to delete some of those stories. Delete on the spot. Delete on the spot. The moment you start thinking of something like, it's been an affront to my dignity, or whatever, is that you just notice it's delete that on the spot right now. Just let it go. And then it's gone. Delete on the spot. It's very concise. Delete on the spot. Let it go. It's gone. It's gone, people. And the more that you do that, you start realizing that if you have a couple boo-boos like I had last night, you might start noticing, okay, so that worked, for that one experience, and it worked on the other side. And then maybe there's going to be some new things that are going to be showing up that are going to be giving you more guidance, more knowledge, more innate intelligence, more understanding about what is energy. What is energy? How is it supporting us? How is this energy, these energy fields, supporting all of us? How is that working out? Do we need to ask any questions? No, you just go with the flow. Stay in flow state. It's awesome. So I think that's it for now. We'll see you soon. And namaste.